in terms of the pursuit of the playoffs and championship? Just the adversity, the loss, I guess, the way you lose, just to build a championship habits moving forward?
I mean, no one ever wants to lose, but obviously it's the playoffs, and every moment is a learning moment to learn from mistakes and even learn from what you did good. So, right now since it is a loss, we got to get through that adversity and step up for the test.
You guys, we've been saying all year that maybe you guys are the deepest team in the league, but Pat's out with the calf. How important or how, detrimental can that be to be missing him against this team specifically with the personnel that they have?
He's a very important player. Guarding, energy, being a point guard, calling sets, seeing what's on the floor. So, everybody plays a big role. Being in and out the lineup, it can affect the chemistry, but, we should, be a team that, a man go down, a man steps up, and, that's what we got to do.
We'll take one more from here. Hey, Kawhi, Luka Doncic broke a record tonight. Who can carry Dallas? If there's an answer to this play?
You said he broke a record. What record?
Tonight, he can carry Dallas. Is there an answer to his play?
We just gotta, stay focused, stay locked in, know the matchups that they're going at, and just play good team defense on them. That's all you could do. He's a great player, and that's all you can do is just try to contest his shot. Don't get him easy looks.
As usual, Kawhi Leonard's not tipping his hand in terms of what's going on inside that mind of his. Clint Azubuike, who is a former NBA player, obviously, and analyst for Warriors broadcast, believes the Clippers are fortunate not to be down 0-2 if you consider what might have happened if Porzingis.
Points in NBA history over your first 2 career playoff games. When you hear that, what do you think about?
We got to win. That's all I care about, that's great stats, but we got to win. I knew we could get a win. I know we are able to fight these guys, and, we show up today.
Speaking of fight, we were wondering if you were going to fight your coach a couple of times tonight because of the foul trouble. You didn't seem happy to be coming out of the game. How frustrating was it that you were only able to play 28 minutes tonight?
It was frustrating. I just want to get out there, help my team. I was pissed. I did some unnecessary things, I shouldn't do. But, we got to win. That's all that matters. And, a lot of guys showed up. I know we played great defense, and that's what we have to do.
All right, well, coming up after us is Inside the NBA, and we know that you last night were tweeting about the show. So assuming you're going to rush back to your hotel room to watch Ernie, Charles, Shaq, and Kenny, what should they be saying about Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks tonight?
They should be saying we got a chance, in this first round. A lot of people, I say count us sign, I read a lot of people didn't count us in, but I know they should be saying, we got a chance. And the thing about Dallas, we're going to give everything 100%. We're going to leave the heart on the court. And I think that's the point for us.
That's interesting. You might have just taken Charles' spot. He might not have to do the show.
No. He's better.
And Shaq wants everybody to call Boban "you rang." That's what he wants from the Adams family. You got to call him "you rang" from now on. Luka, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, first of all, something tells me Luka's not familiar with the Adams family. Secondly,
no.
I think it turns out he may actually be second all-time in terms of points for his first 2 postseason games. Nonetheless, historically great here to start so far. I do want to get into the Clippers here before we start hearing from the coaches and players from this game. Paul George never in rhythm. He was foul trouble, scoreless in the first half. Wasn't his night. 4 of 17 from the field, 14 and 10. Kawhi had 35. But as a team, I don't know, there just wasn't a lot of fluidity for this Clipper team offensively, and on the defensive end, where they really should be elite, they had no answers for this machine of a Mavericks offense.
Yeah, I think they rely on their one-on-one defense so much, but the only person that really goes one-on-one is Luka, and he's too big and strong for most of them, right? He's too fast for the big guys. He's too strong for the small guys. He's a problem for everybody. But I think in the Mavericks system, they move and cut, and everybody is a threat, right? Especially with their three-pointers. They have guys who are skilled, who can pass, dribble, shoot, which makes them hard to guard. I think they had the best offense in the NBA this year. But on the Clippers side, for me, they just are still trying to figure themselves out. All these guys are either one-on-one guys who are used to getting a certain amount of shots. They're still trying to figure themselves out. Like, they are the most talented team. I think they're one of the deepest team. But for me, there's nobody to just get them something easy. Lou Williams, who averaged 20, is out there getting 5 or 6 assists. But, like, I wouldn't expect him to do that unless he was getting a double team. So for me, it's been pretty crazy.
He had 7 assists tonight. He also had 5 turnovers to go with his 23 points. Our friend Baron Davis had this observation about the Clippers, that they lack a playmaker, plenty of shot makers. Someone has to make plays for everyone, too much one-on-one. You concur?
Oh, 1,000%. And I think we look at Patrick Beverley, and we just think of the defense, but he passes off a lot of shots to get other guys involved and early. And so I don't know if it's a chemistry thing or they're just trying to get, obviously during the year they didn't play a lot together. And even now, Montrez is coming back. He's trying to get in shape. Once he gets in shape, he's going to be a huge impact for them. But, that rhythm between PG and Kawhi and all these guys, it just seems a little off right now. But I'm not worried about them. I think they're going to win the series, but I think it's going to be tougher than people assumed.
Well, and that Mavericks offense is impressive. Here's the architect, Rick Carlisle.
And, it's a group that's had some time together during the year, during some stretches, particularly when Luka was out. So they know how to play together. And the other thing was, we were scoring, but we were also scrappy defensively. And, I thought DeLon Wright's game tonight was really huge. He didn't put up big scoring numbers, but he made a lot of influential plays defensively with deflections. Making things happen offensively. So, happy for him. He really didn't get into it in the first game, but his minutes tonight were really important to us.
And now Marvin, how do you look at Luka's performance when accounting for his improvement turnovers, but also looking at the control?
Look, it's tough. I mean, I left him in with 4 in the third quarter for 6 minutes. And then, just had to get him out at that point. Had to try to ride it out through the quarter. Then he gets the 5th foul early in the 4th, and they had to get him out again. You know what? He stayed ready. He was frustrated with the fouls, but when he came back in the last 4.5 minutes, he made a huge play going to the basket. Defensively he was solid, and on the floor he's developing into such a great leader. So, it's not all about the triple doubles. It's also about how great players like him give their teammates confidence. And how they direct traffic and keep people into the game.
Hey, Eddie, you're up.
Yeah, Rick, even after a real nice regular season, did you feel like a game like tonight answers a lot of questions about your team? I mean, we fought through the Luka fouls and a lot of other things, and the way you won this game with grit and heart.
Well, this is how we're going to have to win games. Our depth is going to be a big part of it. Once again, Trey Burke played an enormous role in this game. With his aggression, scoring the ball. He was scrappy defensively, as was Wright, and So yeah, I mean, look, going from 21 turnovers to 9 against these guys is a very significant improvement. We did a better job of keeping them off the foul line in the second half. there's a lot of basic execution things that we did really well to win the game. And do we need the win? Absolutely. I'll agree with that.
Okay, Tim McMahon.
Rick, how much significance do you put on Luka and KP and some of these other guys getting that first playoff win under their belt?
I think it's really important. Winning in the playoffs is difficult. You've got to deal with a lot of things coming at you. You got to deal with great players that are coming at you 100 miles an hour, and the whistle's blowing. You got to deal with situations where it's tough because you're getting decent looks, but they're not going in. But you got to try to stay together. You got to deal with offense-defense substitutions at the end of the game, which no players like. And the whole notion, of playoff basketball, that it's just, everybody combined working to give each other energy and to do one little thing at a time as you go through 48 minutes and thousands of events. That's what this is all about. Individual statistics really are out the window because it's very binary. It's about winning and losing. And tonight, our guys showed a lot of poise throughout the game. The Clippers are super talented, very aggressive, very physical, and we did a good job holding up under a lot of pressure, and that was great to see.
Okay, two more. Saad, go ahead.
Hey Rick, you've talked for the past month and a half about becoming a better defensive team. How do you think that you guys did today, and specifically, how were you able to limit Paul George to the numbers that you were able to do that today?
Well, he's a priority for us. A lot of his misses came in the frantic moments of the fourth quarter where they were down and had to get points on the board. So I don't make a lot of his shooting statistics. But look, we took a step tonight in the right direction, and it's important to feel what winning feels like. But we're also up against the human nature curve, which is always tough after you win a playoff game. Even in a situation like this where there's no fans in the building, you get an exuberant feeling, and you can't let human nature get the best of you.